gentlemen, Nate Johnson!
Yeah, good to see you. Thank you all for coming out. Give it up one more time for the birthday boy. Excited I get to do this show without a microphone because I get to yell a little, which takes a little of the pressure off my voice. But if you don't know me, let me just apologize for my voice. Don't worry, I'm not about to cry. I just always sound like I'm asking a girl out on a date. And that's because I have a disability, and I'd like to talk to you guys about it, but like when I mention a disability, some people freak out and are like, I'm not gonna laugh at anything. But like, don't worry you guys, I brought it up at a comedy show. This is your chance. Anyway, one thing that happens to me is my fingers twitch involuntarily, which gets real awkward on dates when I get a door for a girl and she's like, oh, he's such a gentleman. He's trying to shoot somebody on 18th Street. Worst time to have twitchy fingers is during handshakes, because every once in a while I'll scratch a palm. Now, sir, oh, hey, Gabe.
Hey, what's up, Nate?
If I scratched your palm, you'd be like, Nate wants to meet me in the bathroom. Yeah. And it doesn't help, but I'm like, I'm handicapped. Because then they're like, oh, you want to meet me in the handicap stall. So we can have a lot of room to get it on, while some wheelchair guy just holds it. I don't have the best control of my arms either. Like, recently my friend had a cancer scare, and I was like, I will take you to the skinatologist. So, I drove her to her appointment in the city, and like, it's not like a get out of the car friendship, so I just kind of... So, I just kind of like pulled up to the building and was like, hey, why don't you get out here? And then I was like, Nate, that was callous. She might have cancer, like, she needs a hug. So I go to give her a hug, and I don't know if you guys hug in the car very often, but it's actually a delicate art of threading your arm between a person and a seat. And my hand was like eager to hug. It flipped in too early and got caught on her boob. And like, I just tried to, I like somebody's like, yeah, this happens. But I tried to push through the instructions, because it was a very tactile experience for me. I was like, why isn't my hand going? And it just turned into the worst groping of all time. And then I finally got it back there and was like, I'm sure you don't have cancer. Bet you're glad I gave you a ride. She got out of the car without saying anything. If you just walked in, please feel free to come down and sit. Another thing that happens to me is my knees bend involuntarily. Also awkward on dates when she turns around and sees this. And she's like, oh, he's proposing. 10 minutes into the first date. No wonder he sounds so nervous. But guys, I got to meet Obama. Give it up for Obama if you like it. Yeah. And I don't want to get political. Like, just assume that I believe what you believe politically. Like, that's best for everybody. But anyway, in any event, I was pretty psyched because, like, this is the president, right? And so I'm getting ready to meet him, and I'm like, okay, I have to make sure Obama thinks I'm cool. So my plan was to call him Mr. President as many times as possible while we talked, and he'd be like, oh, this guy gets that my office is a little overly formal. He's like my equal. I like him. So that's the plan, and I step forward to shake his hand, and my knee trips, and suddenly I'm going down and in, like I'm getting ready to motorboat Obama. And he didn't look too excited. Like, he looked like first debate Obama. And the Secret Service started going for their guns, like, you're not motorboating anybody. Bam, bam. So luckily things changed to Matrix time for me, and I managed to fall sideways and just collapse at his feet. Thank you. I was sad too. And so I like jumped up to my feet as quickly as I could and shook his hand and was like, I'm just really excited to meet you. And he like kind of laughed and smiled, and I was like, oh my God. I just made the president laugh in like a condescending, I'm retarded kind of way. But still, it happened. I also scratched his palm a little bit. Almost every day for lunch, I go get a chicken kebab sandwich at my favorite restaurant, but it's like a little dry, and they have these little packs of yogurt that come with it, and I'm always like, Ramesh, I really need an extra yogurt goo. And the guy's like, no, I can't, it's one per sandwich, sir. And I'm like, Ramesh, like, I'll pay you for another yogurt goo, like, please give me one. And he was like, they're not for sale, sir. And I was like so sad that I was gonna have to eat this dry sandwich. And then when he handed me the bag, he was like, I gave you your extra yogurt goo, sir. And I was so excited that I got him to say yogurt goo that the sandwich was inconsequential. Recently, I celebrated my birthday at the Olive Garden. Yeah, it's a good place to do it. Yeah. That is supposed to be funny. But one of my favorite parts about celebrating my birthday at the Olive Garden is that the song Happy Birthday, somebody owns the copyright to that, and waitstaffs can't sing it. So instead of singing you Happy Birthday, they have to sing like the Olive Garden birthday song. And what's interesting is there's a lot of different versions of this. Like there's one version where like 3 guys come out, they really don't want to be singing to you. They kind of drop a piece of cake in front of you and then are like, happy birthday to you at the Olive Garden. Happy birthday to you, eat your cake. And you're just like, oh wow, 3 guys just came out and mumbled at me while they hate-fucked me with their eyes. I guess this is my special day? Doesn't really feel that way. The other variety is the people who love to sing the birthday song. Like, this is the best part of their job, because they get out of the dish pit finally and they come parading up, give you your cake, and they're like, welcome to the Olive Garden on your birthday. Your boyfriend brought you to the Olive Garden on your birthday. Your boyfriend is wearing a sweatshirt on your birthday. Maybe you should break up with your boyfriend on your birthday. Happy birthday. That's the end of my set. First up, you guys, please welcome the very funny Overcommitted.